All right, we have ARAMARK contract extension.
So I'm working on this, and there's some things that still need to take place. I'm trying to see if we can get a few dollars more from ARAMARK. Also, we have some terms that our attorney wants to get updated because some things may have changed over the time since we did the original contract. The key component here is that this should take us through our life safety work as well as the projects that we have. ARAMARK has one more year left on their contract, but I don't think it'd be a good idea to transition with the job that Joel has done on all our projects. And as the Facilities Council saw last week and reported out, we have done a lot of stuff locally with local contractors in order to come in under budget and have the additional money to do the pool and some of those things. I think it'd be important to get through 2022. Also, in return, ARAMARK does have a grant program when they do new contracts or extensions. So at the minimum, we would be expecting at least $50,000 back in a grant that we can use to renovate or replace the scoreboard and clocks in the outdoor athletic complex, which were from the original 2006 project, and no longer are some of the parts available.
So the original ARAMARK contract was for how long?
The last extension the board did was 5 years.
All right, now this is, because there's no, I don't see.
So this is a
2 year?
2-year extension to make sure we get through all our work.
2 years, all right.
And so what I'm asking for the board is that if you can see, I need, I actually would ask to amend this resolution so that the resolution allows the superintendent to finalize terms and details with district legal counsel and ARAMARK. So more or less, approving the general terms and concept of the contract. So Mary Ann has it written right. I just wanted to make sure that
For the board members who were not on the board at the time of the last contract, could you explain what ARAMARK gave the school in regards to signing the 5-year deal?
we did a 5-year agreement with them last time, and they gave us roughly $165,000 to help support our one-to-one initiative in our first year of Chromebook payments. So they've been a good ally to the district. Anybody that's worked with Joel, whether it's been in facilities, I know Dr. Keene worked on the 2 projects, especially the stadium. Wes has experience. We have an advantage of having a facilities manager who treats the place like his home, and he treats the money we give him in these projects or budgets like it's his own budget.
Right.
And so he's done a nice job.
And the contract escalate, what were the yearly escalations on these?
We actually changed it so that it matches the same CPI rate that applies to our levy. And if we pay it in one installment, which we have been doing for the last several years, we get an additional 1 or 2% back. So it's been a fair deal for both parties. So again, the board would be approving the general terms or concepts of the contract and allowing me to do the final terms and details with district legal counsel. I don't know if I think that should maybe be mentioned in the resolution to be finalized by the superintendent and district legal counsel.
So you're asking for us to approve terms and concepts subject to final council's input, but basically giving you the authority, leaving you the authority to approve with those concepts. And
so all the red line changes that you see in the amendment that I provided are from our council. So we're anticipating some pushback. But once I can get this finalized, and if I can, have the general approval of the board, I'd like to get this moving so that if I do need to purchase a scoreboard before the spring season, I can get that completed.
Hey, can I ask, Tim had some comments on this, didn't he, in his reply?
He did, so.
Is he happy with it?
Yeah. I mean, Tim's not our district council.
I know.
So we should probably, But what Tim was actually saying is that he thinks that actually we're being too specific in some of our requests. But that's why our attorney wanted to put this stuff in there, because we know that there'll be some pushback or that we'll have to tighten up the language or clean up the language. But this was so that's all Tim was saying, like, hey, be
Okay.
prepared for some pushback on section 3 or section, I'm not sure what specific section it was.
So on the grant given to us with the 5-year worked out to how much a year?
Roughly 32,000. But that was because we took it out for 5 more years. We're only taking it out for 2 years,
And so this is 25,000.
roughly. I'm gonna see if I can get.
And we've had CPI increases in the interim.
Correct.
You're thinking we should get more money.
Of course.
Of course.
Why go backwards?
I will see what I can negotiate.
All right. How do we? Who's able to read the resolution with how Dr. Skinkis wants it read?
I'm not sure what it's supposed to say.
So I think
Is it
we're
supposed to
saying-
say tentative agreement, or is it?
No, I would
No,
say-
it approves the, something to the extent that we
After
would approve
June
the
30th.
contract extension subject to final, final input from our council
And superintendent.
and superintendent. So you may want to read that with ARAMARK for the services through subject through, 22, and then subject to.
Yeah.
Who wants to volunteer and read it?
Mona's got it. She's got it.
All
She's
right.
going for it.
Let's see. See if we can do this. Resolved that the Board of Education, Township High School District 208, Cook County, Illinois hereby approves the terms, and concepts of a contract extension with ARAMARK for custodial and maintenance services through June 30th, 2022,
Subject to?
subject to the approval of
Superintendent.
legal counsel for the district and the superintendent
Yep.
as presented in the December 11th, 2018 board agenda packet.
Second.
Second. Go for the vote.
Ms. Sierra?
Yes.
Mr. Smithing?
Yes.
Ms. Towner?
Yes.
Ms. Ruska?
Yes.
Dr. King?
Yes.
Mr. Gretchen?
Yes.